Happy New Year, guys. I hope your year is off to a good start. In the same spirit, I thought, why not make a video to share with you 10 realistic and also very practical business ideas which you could look to jump into this January and possibly make money. What is awesome about these ideas is that actually some of them you can start with no money at all, zero capital. Of course, some of them in this list you could need to start with some little amount of money, but nevertheless, all of them are realistic ideas, and more so, ideas which are relevant at the start of a new year. You are all much welcomed to the Money Daily YouTube channel. My name is Afadza Sifuna, and by the way, I've realized a good number of you all are watching this video and haven't subscribed. So I'd really appreciate if you can subscribe. Subscribe to the channel for you to be getting notified each and every time I upload such awesome videos. Having said that, these are 10 business ideas I want to discuss with you. Kindly note, I'm going to discuss these ideas in 5 sectors. Sectors which are very, very relevant at the start of this year. 2 ideas under each of this sector. The first sector I want to talk about is the sector of health and fitness. Let's face it, guys. December was a time where people out here were spoiling themselves. Each and everyone out there was eating all kind of junk foods out there, enjoying, celebrating with family, celebrating with friends, and so forth. And with that, we're talking about people having added weight out there, people having concern with regards to what they consume and so forth. So in that regard, you could look, for example, to start your own detox kind of write-up and then share with people out there. People out here are making money through sharing those knowledge, whereby it's very packaged very well for people to consume. You can have your own kind of detox kind of like course or even healthy living kind of course, and find a good online platform through which you can sell, or even reach out to people through their social medias and be able to sell these concise write-ups to them, for them to be able to follow so that they can realize given health and fitness outcome. And then in that sector, a second business which you could look to jump into, and this of course, you need passion and also some level of skill for you to jump into it, is you being a fitness instructor. You could start your own gym, okay? Or even you could work at someone's gym as a fitness instructor and assist people, maybe shed off their weight or even realize given fitness outcome they desire to realize. For that, you require some passion for you to jump into it and excel. And then the second set of business ideas, which are in the second sector I want to discuss, is the sector of education. Guys, education is a hot cake, and in fact, there is very big business in education, more so at the start of each quarter. And this so because in Kenya specifically, we're talking about different academic terms out there being aligned to different quarters of the year. So with this quarter, we're talking about actually the term has delayed a bit. It's going to start at 20-something of this month. With that, it gives you an opportunity for you to see how to capitalize on that, for you to be able to make money more so on the junior level of education, but also I'm going to share with you how you can make money through education for adults. With regards to the junior level of education, the first idea in education is actually you being a bulk supplier of the required supplies. Talk about relevant books, talk about the relevant stationaries out there. Yes, someone could argue, for example, you don't have your own bookshop. Yes, you don't. But you live in a given area where there is a good concentration of children of a given maybe grade or even class, specific class in the education system. Why not purchase some of the required supplies in bulk and sell to them or sell to their parents? Of course, you're going to have a little margin on it, but also need to be quite considerate. You need to understand that with this kind of business, you won't really make a huge margin, because if you don't make a very huge margin, chances are their parents or even the guardians of these students are going to go to a nearby bookshop. So you need to ensure your particular business model is that of convenience, but also you make some little margin on top of it, right? The second business idea under education, which you could look to exploit, more so targeting adults, is you selling a given set of skills, which are actually skills on demand to adults out there. To give you an example, maybe you are very good with data analysis, okay? Maybe you are good with making business plans. you name it, whichever other relevant skill which is relevant in this world out there. Why not start your own online Zoom classes, your own online, whichever kind of communication platform, whether it's Teams, whether it's Google Meet, you name it. Start your own online classes and look for a number of adults out there who you can be educating regularly on given set of intervals. Of course, gonna be a class of multiple people, and be able to charge them for you to sell these relevant skills to them and actually have even classes for multiple days. With these guys, you need to be very good at something, package it very well, and pitch yourself as an authority out there for people to trust you with their money. But if you do so, you're gonna be able to make some good money in this peso. And by the way, it is quite exciting for you to jump into this space at a particular point in time, more so because a good number of people out there have formed their New Year resolution. And with that, they're actually looking for ways to realize their New Year's resolutions. You could be one of their countries to realizing their resolutions, more so those bordering acquiring relevant skills, right? That is the second sector which you could look to jump into and start a business idea. And then the third sector which you could look to exploit and also jump into it and start a business idea is the sector of agriculture. Let's face it, guys. Out here, agriculture is a very big business. And this is so because people out there must eat. Whether you're talking about the upstream or the low stream, agriculture is a very big business. And with that, you could look also to make money through agriculture. And the good thing is that with these, you could actually make money from whichever part of the country, whether you're in Kisumu, Mombasa, Nyeri, Garissa, name it. You could possibly make money from whichever part of the country. And the first idea that agriculture you could look to exploit is the idea of you being a broker of a given supply. Maybe you come from a region whereby a given product is found in bulk. Let me give you an example. Maybe you're talking about, for example, potatoes. Maybe they are found in bulk somewhere, right? Where you come from. Why not be the coordinator of sourcing these products from farmers, right? You guys source for these products at a cheap price and then transport them to different markets out there and sell them at a profit. By the way, guys, the business of being a broker is one of the best business someone can do in the agriculture space and agribusiness, mostly because it has very huge margins and you can actually plan your business cycle. Of course, if you don't coordinate it very well, you might incur some losses. And one thing worth noting is that for this particular business, you're going to need some good amount of upfront capital for you to be able to organize and actually orchestrate this entire space and ultimately be able to make money. Because you're talking about you coordinating the upstream farmer side, you coordinating the markets for you to be able to be a good broker and make money. And then the second business idea under this particular sector is actually you being a small business person, more so in the agriculture space. Talk about you being, for example, a retailer of selling a given set of agricultural products, right? To give an example, for example, say Mama Mboga business, others out there say, for example, selling eggs and smokies business, you name it. You could be on the downstream and also be able to make good amount of money, right? And then, guys, the fourth sector, which you could look to exploit, and of course, also I'm going to share with you two business ideas under this sector, is the sector of food and beverages. I know it relates to agriculture, but I'm going to discuss about it from a different perspective. Guys, let's face it. January is quite a long month for many people out there. Even those working in corporates out there, it's kind of a challenging month. And that's why, guys, even if you find, for example, the month of January is a month whereby we find, for example, a good number of people out there even foregoing meals and so forth. And they're working very early morning to late evening in different offices. Why not be a facilitator of them curing their hunger problem at, of course, a very affordable price? You could look to supply ready-made food to different corporate offices out there. And for these guys, you're going to require a liaison who's going to be able to link you to these particular offices out there and even assist you get the numbers. For you to be competitive, you need to ensure your food is kind of priced slightly lower compared to what the offerings around that place, catering areas like, for example, restaurants, bars, and so forth are offering. Ensure that your food is of high quality and at a very affordable price. And you might just be able to lock in tens of customers for you to be supplying them food each and every day. Of course, for this also, you need to be a very good chef so that your food is good, and also need to have good interpersonal skills for people out there to be able to understand what you're saying, and even for you to be able to pitch yourself to people out there. And then the second business idea under food and beverage is the idea of you jumping on outside catering. In case you also have good culinary skills and you thinking of a way to make money off them, you need to understand that, guys, more so each and every weekend, more so in urban centers, in towns out there, there are tens of events which happen. Whether it is graduations, whether it is weddings, whether it is friends get together, whether it is birthdays and so forth. Why not look at these gatherings as an opportunity for you to be able to supply them with awesome food that you cook? And for these also, you need just to ensure, find a way of locking your first outside catering gig, and most likely you're gonna be able to find subsequent ones, because if your food is good, chances are you're gonna be referred for many more outside catering gigs out there. Just ensure you have your skills right, and of course you refine your skills very well, and look just for one outside catering gig and be sure you're gonna be well in business. And for these guys, just from one particular gig, you could even be able to make a cool 5,000, 10,000, you name it, depending on the kind of service which is required. And in case you perfect your art very well, you could even be able to build a team whereby you could be working with a group of other chefs out there to ensure you do outside catering and you are paid. And of course, this can even be a very good side hustle for you, assuming you're working a full-time job Monday to Friday. You could be looking, for example, to exploit outside catering opportunities over the weekend and be able to make an extra buck. What do you think about these ideas too? And then, guys, the last sector I want to discuss with you is the sector of financial services. We all know that money runs the economy. It is through money exchanging hands out there that people out there are able to live and live their daily lives. You can jump in this space through either being a facilitator or even providing knowledge. And guys, those are the two ideas I want to discuss under financial services. The first idea is actually you loaning money to friends. I know you might be wondering, you might end up losing money. That's a possibility too. That's why you need to ensure you manage your risk very well and loan money to friends who you sure are going to return the money to you. And for this, you could target, for example, your professional colleagues or even people close to you, but try your level best to avoid relatives unless you just want to give them money for free. But if you're talking about loaning money to people out there and charging an interest, more so loaning huge amounts of money in case you have good float with you, target most of professionals who are going to be able to return to you this money come at the end of the month. More so those who are paid on a monthly basis. Guys, I know for people out there who are actually leading a good life in the city because of this business. And of course, you need to understand it also comes with its own hazards, because chances are, in case, for example, a friend fails to pay you, maybe your friendship could go down the drain. So you need to jump into this business knowing very well what the possibilities are. But in case you connect it very well and you target the right people, you could just be in good business. And then the second base idea under financial services is the idea of you selling knowledge. Maybe you have knowledge around economics, maybe you have knowledge around finance, maybe you have knowledge around budgeting, money management. Why not package that and use different medias out there, for example, to sell this knowledge to people out there? You could sell this knowledge one-to-one, maybe using video conferencing softwares out there, for example, Zoom, Teams, you name it, to share this knowledge with people who are requiring this kind of knowledge out there. Or even you could package this knowledge out there, guys, and share with people out there, maybe through social media platforms. For a start, you won't be able to make money, but over time, you could be able to make money by you providing this educational content. What do you think about these ideas? I hope you've gotten one or two ideas which are relevant for you, and you could look to jump into them and possibly be able to make money this January and even subsequent months. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I look forward to share with you other awesome videos next time. Bye bye, and you all take care.